I'd say that we have a lot of people in both sides. We have Reformed and we have not so Reformed people. Basically, Calvin did not write the 5 points that we call, that was from the Council of Dort, and it was, or the Synod of Dort, and it was, or Council, or whatever it was. It was a reaction to Arminius. But I will say this: I have 400, I think, and 30 books that I consult on a regular basis. Half of them are Reformed, and half of them are non-Reformed. And I know incredibly godly men who are absolutely Reformed to the core. And I know absolutely godly, committed, incredible saints of God who are completely non-Reformed. And you know what? If you can be absolutely godly, pleasing God, standing before Him as a well-done, good and faithful servant right down the line, and be on both sides, it's not worth spending your life fighting over. And so, what did Paul say? Let everyone be convinced in their own mind. And so, I think our church is a nice blend. In fact, from the beginning, I remember March of 1995, I remember standing up here and kind of looking over the balcony. And over here, there were 11 people, all that had head coverings on. The whole, all the ladies in the family. There's nothing wrong with that. They were all over there, and I thought, and they were all, I could tell. And then over here, there were some that just had painter's pants on, and T-shirts. And I thought, wow. And I looked over there, and there was someone, and I just saw the whole spectrum in one church. I thought, I've never been in a place where you have not only all of the theological spectrum, but you even have all of the kind of personal standard spectrum. I've never seen under one roof it work like that. Usually churches polarize, and they become, or they are over here, or whatever. So far, I believe that the elders have sought, and even right now, we are in this wonderful Bible study where we're taking our What We Teach. By the way, if you've ever seen the What We Teach document that's here, that was my response to the elders when they asked me my doctrine. I just sent them that because that was the doctrinal statement that I had been a part of at the board of Grace Community Church that we had studied as 50 elders with John MacArthur. And so I knew what that document meant to me. However, when it came here, some people really resonated up above the line here. And they really got excited. And some people down here got all troubled. And so we're going through that document right now. And we're only retaining the parts that you can defend from this without having John Murray or John Wesley, without having John Calvin or Arminius. You just have to be able to defend it from the Bible, because we're seeking as elders to not polarize our church in either way, because we believe that now there are extremes. Calvinism can go toward, this idea that there is no choice, that everything's predetermined, all that. And Arminianism can go to the extent that you can turn on and off your salvation, and you know what I mean? So you have both extremes, and so we are not interested in either extreme, but we are interested in preserving the heritage of systematic doctrine that the Reformed people have, and the zeal and the love and the compassion and the ministry and the humility that the non-Reformed people seem to have. If you're in Tulsa and you have a food kitchen or a homeless center, 99 out of 100 will be your Arminian and charismatic, right down the line. Because that's where they tend to have down here, all the enthusiasm and compassion, and they have all the doctrine and truth. You know what I mean? And I think you should mix it all up real well. Kind of like the first cake I made. I just dumped everything and put it in the oven, and it just never mixed. And it wasn't a cake. And the church has to be fitly joined together, it says in Ephesians 4, and every part nourishing the other. And so I think we need the charismatics to warm us up. I think we need the Reformed to keep us straight. And I think we need that old missionary passion and evangelistic outreach of the world missions movement. And I think we need to, from the Catholic side, remember our heritage. And there is a body of truth that the church has always believed. And a lot of people don't even realize that. that there's something that the church has always believed from the very beginning. And we detach from that. And we just become, I shouldn't get into that, but it's just this whole, the internet mentality. You don't know where the information you get came from. You don't know who wrote it. You don't know anything about them. You just accept it because it's pretty. And you found it online. And that's the problem of where our world is going to. And the Catholic Church always, I'm not talking about Romanism, but the Catholic Church is heritage and history and a body of teaching. And that's the Reformed reminds us of that. And we have a heritage. And we're headed into a world that is postmodernistic, detached from everything. And that's why it's good to hold a Bible. Most of the men that I went through seminary with 10 years ago didn't carry one of these anymore. They had a personal digital copy. I said, how can you have tear stains on your PDA? You ever think about that? On your laptop, on your notebook, on your tablet. How can you have a coffee stain when you remember you got so caught up that you just bowed your head in prayer and you bumped your coffee and it stained your Bible? Or how can you have, like Don Locke did, he dropped his Bible into the baptistry and baptized his Bible, if you're all electronic? And after a while, how do you know what you're reading, what it's tied to? Because it's all electronic and someone can change it instantaneously. There doesn't seem to be a tie to something you can hold on to. And that's where our world is going. And we have to be careful about that. Did you know most evangelical churches today, the people don't even bring Bibles anymore. They project it. You don't need a Bible. You don't need anything. Just come and go. Touch and go, church.